Guten Morgen. This morning I'm going to do about a 10-minute little stretching class. I went for a run yesterday in the oval down the road, and my legs are really tight, so I woke up this morning thinking I'm going to do some nice stretches. So hopefully you can join me along. I'm going to start off with some breathing control, just to observe what's going on in our body and bring us down onto the mats, slow down everything around us, and a bit of focus to the start off the day. So we'll start off with some focused breathing. Mosquitoes are starting to come out. Sitting in a comfortable position with straight backs. We're going to inhaling through the nose, gently closing our eyes, releasing any tension we're holding anywhere in our jaws, eyebrows, shoulders, neck. When you're inhaling, filling up the lungs, filling up the stomach, filling up the chest, exhaling the chest first if you can, and then the abdominals. We'll do that for about 2 minutes. So when you're exhaling, you're pushing all the air out, bringing your navel to the base of your spine. On the inhale, feeling everything up. Just continuing that. One thing you can do is try and lock the perineum muscles, so down in your groin. Women might know this from Kegel exercises. Guys, just flexing like you need to hold your wee. Trying to hold that for as long as you can while you're doing this breathing exercise. Just focusing on your mind's eye, the space between your eyebrows. You can do some Ujjayi breathing, which is where you just constrict your throat a little bit so you can hear the wind passing through the throat. Can wake up the central nervous system and get the blood flowing. Très bien. Now from here we're going to move on to some fire breathing. If you are, just a few points, if you are menstruating or you're pregnant, you've got some high blood pressure issues or headaches, just avoid this next technique, just continue on with the breathing we were just doing. But for fire breathing or kapata bali, you're basically forcing the air out as you exhale by pushing the air out with your abs, so pushing the navel, the belly button to the base of the spine. And the inhale is passive, so you're just filling up the lungs as the muscles are relaxing. You can either do it slowly if you're starting out, or if you're used to this, or you've done it a few times, you can do it quickly, quick succession. We'll do that for about a minute. And your last exhale, slowly inhale the body, inhale the air into the body, and coming back to neutral. I'm going to start off here into our practice with some hip rolls. If you feel your knees clicking or anything, just raise them up lightly in this practice. So we're going to inhale, we're going to roll forward, showing our neck and expanding our chest. On the exhale, rolling back, curving our spine, bringing our chin to our chest. And we'll do that for about a minute each direction. Really pushing those shoulders back, curving the spine, waking up those hips. The more you do this as a practice, the easier it'll get on the knees and the hips. And coming the other way, switching direction. Feels a bit more unnatural going this way for me. Don't know why. Inhaling on the front, exhaling on the rear. And back to center neutral. Right, now we're going to be coming up onto our hands and feet, some cat-cow, just to wake up the spine a bit more. God, it feels good to move. So in this position, we're going to have our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips, both shoulder width and hip width apart. Now with the cat-cow, you want to inhale and tuck the tailbone up, so you're pointing the tailbone up, shoulders are back, head's tilted up, and stomach is pushing down to the floor. That's the inhale. On the exhale, you're flipping it, pushing the spine up, tucking the tailbone in, bringing your chin to chest. Strong exhale, pushing all the air out. And we'll do that for a minute. Inhaling, pulling the shoulders up. Exhaling, curving the spine. Doing all the breathing through your nose. If you feel comfortable, you can spread your fingers out. Activate those knuckles so it takes a bit of pressure off your wrists, and in your own time continuing the inhaling and exhaling. Okay, good. So from here, I'm going to do some, going to go into a downward dog position. So from where you are, sorry, you don't need to turn around. From wherever you are, back into tabletop position, we're just going to send our legs straight up. Actually, we'll come into a high plank. So nice and straight across from the feet to the shoulders. Slowly lowering yourself down, all the way to the mat, unfolding the toes, and just raising yourself lightly here. Nice inhale, and on the exhale, tucking the toes under, pushing our weight up, and coming down into a downward dog. You can walk the dog out here. Turn the fingers out to the sides a little bit so the thumbs are pointing straight up, spreading those fingers nice and wide. This is really good for me for my calves. So I went for a run yesterday and starting to run on my toes instead of landing on my heels, using the feet as a spring rather than slamming my knees every time my heels hit the ground, and the calves got a bit of a workout. So bending the knees, pushing the tailbone in the air, gives you a nice, bit more of a straighter downward dog. On our next inhale, you're going to send your right leg up. On the exhale, bring your right knee underneath your right wrist and drop the left leg down. Just holding that for a minute. You can either, if you can find your balance, you can come up onto your knees into a nice cobra pose, cactus pose, or you can come down onto your elbows and just resting here. About a minute. From here, we're going to sit on our sitting bones, keeping our right leg where it is, and swing our left leg around. Stay where you are, but I'm going to come just pointing, facing you. Basically, the left leg comes and just sits on the outside of your right thigh, wherever you can. And with this position, you're going to have your right arm behind you, your fingers facing out the back. Sorry, just a second. Problem with shooting with natural light is that it changes, so it can get brighter and darker. And right hand facing with your fingers pointing out behind you. No, my apologies. Left arm behind you with your fingers pointing out that way. And your right arm, right elbow is on your right knee. Your hand is just draping over. Gazing out over your left shoulder. Just holding this for 30 seconds. And release. Legs out in front of you. Alright, now from here, coming back into a high plank. Lowering down all the way Nice little high cobra. Tucking the toes, coming back into a downward dog. Sending our left leg up. Left knee to left wrist. And bring our right knee down. Coming down onto our elbows. You can stay there, or you come down, resting your forehead on the ground. The higher your foot is on the mat, closer to your elbow, the more pressure is going to be on your left knee. If you bring your foot closer to your thigh, your right thigh, it takes a bit of the pressure off there. Just breathing into that stretch, releasing all the other muscles. From here, coming down onto our left sitting bone, swinging our right leg around. I'm going to turn around and face you. You stay where you are. Right leg over our left thigh. Our left foot is next to our right hip. Sending our right hand behind us. And draping our left arm over our right leg. And gazing out over our right shoulder. Just holding that for 30 seconds. Already been a bit longer than that, but that's okay. Try and have your foot flat on the mat. And release. Very good. Shaking those legs out. I don't know about you, but that feels pretty good. Just a light one this morning. And finish off with a nice little meditation. Aim for 5 minutes. Try and get a daily practice of a 5-minute meditation. Before we do, just think about something you're grateful for. I remember listening to Machine Drum, who's one of my favourite producers, and he did a series of how he recorded music and produced music. And I interviewed him, and he said he started off almost every morning with a practice where he would wake up and sit down and just think of a few things that he's grateful for. And I know this is a common practice amongst a lot of people, but this is where I heard it from. It was really cool. It was a really cool concept. So, because rather than starting off the day thinking negative thoughts, you're pushing yourself off in the right direction with some positivity. And we could all use a bit of positivity. So just thinking about a few things you're grateful for. For myself, I'm really grateful for where I live. Physically, this house, as well as the area. There's a park down the road, and when it's a nice day, it really facilitates exercise. So I can walk there or run there and do a lot of exercise. And there's not many people around. It's really cool. It's really nice. I'm really grateful for where I live, and especially in Tassie, like COVID and all that, we locked that down pretty well. So we were able to return to normality pretty quickly. So we'll do some meditation. And with the meditation, just not thinking about anything. When thoughts do come through, be aware that you're in a thought process and just let it pass on. Coming back to a focus, whether you're focusing on the sounds around you or your breathing, whatever works for you. But yeah. Getting into a nice position. Continuing our breathing, inhaling the inflating the stomach and exhaling, deflating the navel to the base of the spine. Relaxing the tension in your jaw, in your eyes. And see you in 5 minutes. that if you like, whenever you're ready. I don't know about you, but 5 minutes still feels like an eternity. Sometimes when I'm doing that for 5 minutes, I think that I forgot to turn the timer on because it just feels like it goes forever. It's such a weird, but it's only 5 minutes. But it's good. I want to try and keep doing that as a practice. Getting that space, the mental space in the morning. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a really nice day. I'll see you soon. Bye.